What's happening, people? It's the homie Smitster 400 coming at you straight off the Ave, and this is Smitster Reacts. Shout out to all the subscribers. How y'all doing? Welcome back. We appreciate y'all over here. And if you made it to this video, go ahead, give us a like and subscribe, man. New content every day. So check it out, man. I just covered Diddy's 1999 shooting victim in my last video. I'm finna cover her again in this video. Shout out to Miss Reuben. Great content so far, man. Looking forward to the whole interview. She's speaking on how Diddy allegedly put a hit on her, and she has proof. So can we say allegedly? Can we say that? But without further ado, man, shout out Art of Dialogue. We gonna bring it up on the stage and get this reaction going, brother. Let's get it.
Right. And I gotta ask you, tell me if I'm wrong or not. If I'm not mistaken, after you were shot, Diddy, he put money on your head, right?
That's how I ended up. I'm a Brooklyn girl. I was born in Brooklyn. I was raised in Brooklyn. My family's from the Caribbean. Between, whether it was times that we spent in the Caribbean or my life in Brooklyn, I'd considered myself a New York girl. I had no intentions of leaving. And
shout out Brooklyn. Shout out NY. You know what I'm saying? My co-host, Mr. Dubbins, Brooklyn. Shout out to the fam. Shout out to you, Miss Reuben. Let's keep it going.
Probably had this happen, I probably would have never left. But when the district attorney's office gets information from one of their confidential informant sources saying that there's a bag on my head, and I'm calling the district attorney's office, and I'm calling everybody because I look out my window where I was living in Canarsie, Brooklyn, and there's 4 stretched blacked out SUVs I lived on the corner. There's one on that corner, one in front of my house, one on the next corner. Why? That's never happened to me before. I've never seen that. I live in a typical Afro-Caribbean community in Canarsie, Brooklyn, that I had never seen that. But now I look out the window after I got shot by Puffy, and all of these SUVs blacked out on the corners and on the blocks of my house. Why? When the district attorney's office notifies me and my mother that they got and my attorney confidential information from an informant saying that there's a bag on my head, and there was also a bag on Scar's head. What should I do? Sit there and wait for them to come get me?
Hell no, you should. Because they was definitely scoping. That's what that sound like to me. Sound like they was scoping. Crazy.
Or submit to the will of people who have my best interests and want to move me and my family to preserve my safety. I'm a Brooklyn girl. I had no reason to move out of Brooklyn. I loved Brooklyn. If you look over the sum total of my existence, had I not gotten shot by Puffy, I'd probably still live in Brooklyn, unless I, in my later age, decided, okay, well, let me move. But for all intents and purposes, that is the impetus that caused me to move. I was a business owner. I had businesses. Why would I pick up and just leave everything I knew? But for the fact that my life depended on it. Because guess what? Scar was on the run after a while because he learned that they had a bag on his head. He eventually got arrested for something. Not too long after he got out of jail, they took him out. He is dead.
That's crazy. You know, that type of ish happens. Like, you know what I'm saying? The situation with Pop Smoke and the people who sent him his way. You feel what I'm saying? One of them was found in a barrel or whatever in LA. I think one just got out too, but that's the type of ish that be happening when they got them. You know what I mean? But she definitely, what business owner wants to leave? I'm a business owner. I'm not finna leave my customers and, you know what I'm saying? Leave my, place of business to go anywhere for no other reason. So crazy.
Not that long after he got out of jail. And I don't know that the bag was ever taken off. I know that most people that he comes against and there's some negativity, they end up dead. I'm going to keep doing what I know. I'm here 24 years later. I'm grateful to God. I'm halfway through the year. December 27th will make 25 solid years that I survived that. By the grace of God, I continue to be eternally grateful. But I'm not going to sit here and allow anyone to make me feel discomforted or throw me off and say, oh, you fine, girl. They ain't thinking about you. I even had some girlfriends who right now I don't really talk to them because when this came back out, when this whole Little Rod lawsuit came back out and the podcast were reading through all the steps of the lawsuit. Well, when the Cassie thing came out and it elevated everything, and people were attacking her. Oh, she's lying. Oh, she's this. And he was, enough is enough. I vehemently denied the charges. Yeah. And then the video came out with him kicking this child, kicking somebody's child in her face like she was trash. Where's your enough is enough statement? And people still defended him. Oh, she want a bag. Oh, she's a gold digger. Oh, she a thought. She lying. She want money for her new.
The internet is going to say the nonsense. They don't know. They just sitting on the sidelines, you know, scrolling. And feel the audacity to say some bullish, you feel me? Because that's how, you know, they ignorant minds feel. That's how it always is, man. That's how it always is. You got to expect that, though.
Husband, and then a video comes out where you know how crazy you got to be to run down the hall in a towel
Crazy.
that was held together by the blood of God, by the blood of Jesus. That towel was held together to run down so cavalierly down the hall in a towel and punch and beat somebody and drag them like that, throw vases, sit in a.
Look, should Diddy do some time? He better go to the hole. They put that boy in general pop. Ooh-wee.
Chair with your legs open so your nether regions can hang and throw vases at this woman in a hallway. Do you know who you gotta be? Baby, that's not even hell. That's the pits of hell underneath hell. That's that space underneath hell. But before that video came out, oh, they trying to take a good black man down. That's what they accused me of 24 years ago. Had anybody listened to me 24 years ago and understood my clear and concise statements that said, this man shot me in my face, had they listened, had they taken heed, and they knew I wasn't lying, everybody knew I was not lying. But because he had power, prestige, you know, fame, money,
celebrity,
and access to the people that have even more power than him, they let him walk.
People are blinded by celebrity. They are like just so infatuated with these people that they just they did and then they look stupid like when the video came out.
Because their agenda had to be carried out by him. So they let him walk. But guess what? If somebody listened to me, perhaps Cassie would have never had to endure, and all those other people that died under alleged suspicious causes at his hand would not have had to endure if he was held into account for what he did to me 24 years ago. Look how many other people had to suffer. This is what pisses me off. Everybody accused me of trying to take down, and I'm talking physically in the street, cursed me out, screamed me down, because there was a cover story of on the Daily News that was done of me, and people could see my bandaged face and recognize me. Saw me in the street. I was out with my mother when she was running an errand, cursed me out, called me everything but a child of God. You're trying to take a good black man down. You're trying to destroy hip hop. Why would I destroy hip hop? I'm a child of hip hop. I took my $3.23 and walked to Straker's record store on Utica Avenue in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, in August of 1979. And I bought King Tim III by the Fatback Band first. And a week later, I bought Rapper's Delight. I got such an early copy. It wasn't that sky blue copy that had that kaleidoscope keyboard panel on it. I had a white jacket. That's how early I got my record.
Receipts.
I am hip hop. I could quote hip hop quotables with the best of them. In fact, everything in my life is a hip hop quotable. So how dare you accuse me of trying to take down hip hop or trying to take down a good black man? Show me a good black man that I was trying to take down, because it ain't him.
Ooh.
There's a whole list of people with crimes and moral turpitude against him. Me? Trying to take down a good black man? No, I was trying to save society. I was trying to save society from a nefarious actor, from a character, from Kaiser Sose. But y'all ain't want to hear me then. It took Cassie to come out and say this man would make her carry his gun in her pocketbook to control her and to make her feel afraid in her lawsuit. in her lawsuit, Little Rod's lawsuit. He tried to bully Little Rod, allegedly, according to the details in the lawsuit. He tried to bully him and he said, I shot that lady in the club. That's what made me make the TikTok. I was minding my business. I was watching YouTube, minding my business, waiting to go pick my daughter up from work. And then I'm watching some podcaster and it was half watching me. And I hear them going through the counts of the lawsuit and they get to a count and it says, Puffy admitted he shot the lady in the face. It was like somebody kicked me in my chest. I said, what? After all these years, he's bragging now? And then I made the TikTok. Half my comments were, girl, you need a ring light.
Look, man, the internet's so petty, bro. They don't be knowing, but I could see why she would be in that, you know what I'm saying, feel the way that she felt like, oh, let me get out here and say my piece because it involves her. It ain't like, you know what I mean, it's just some random chick. It's her, you know? And like she said, she been trying to save lives, man. You know, they like to look, the celebrity, man. They be the celebrity. Stop worshiping. What did Kendrick say? Diddy made such and such, but he is not your idol. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? He ain't say that in particular, but you feel what I'm saying. Let's continue.
That's how dark it was. That's to tell you, I wasn't setting up like, oh, let me go make a TikTok because I want to be famous and be clout chasing. No, I'm 53. I'm 54 now. My birthday just passed. I'm tired of you people on the thing. She wanted clout. She's chasing clout for what? What I'm gonna do with it? You could pay Georgia Power with clout? Can you pay the gas bill with clout?
Shout out Georgia Power.
Do they take clout when you're paying your insurance bill? Because tell me where they take clout and then I will use it. But until then, clout don't value nothing but people whose priorities are all effed up. That's what clout can be used for. It can't be used for nothing in the real world. Nothing. I don't have time to worry about clout. I have to worry about my sanity, about speaking truth to power, about telling my story. If your lies intersect with my truth, too bad for you. I am not a thug. I am not a criminal. I don't live in the street. I ain't into thug life, so I'm nobody's snitch. I'm a grown woman telling what happened to me. And I'm always do that. If your lie intersects with my truth, too bad for you. Too bad for you. I'm not concerned. I'm going to do what my mama and grandmama taught me. God rest my grandmother's soul. I'm going to do what she taught me. And all these people that project this whole, oh, she just want clout. She's a thief. She want money. Listen, my grandmother, God rest her soul, her favorite scripture was, so as a man thinketh, so is he. If every time somebody tells their story and you think they lying, it's because you a liar. If every time something happens and somebody gets compensated, if you think everybody's a thief, it's because you're a thief. If you think everybody's a thought or a hoe, it's because that's what you are. And you're projecting your crap onto me. Save it. Don't project your stuff onto me. Because you see this righteous breastplate of righteousness I wear, it can't penetrate. So save it. If it would have penetrated, it would have happened 24 years ago and I'd be out of here. I'd be a dusty picture on a shelf and my kids will be telling you a story.
Jaja.
But that ain't happened. I got on a breastplate of righteousness.
Hey.
My birthday is June 12th. I tell everybody, one day the Most High told me, read every scripture that coincides with your birthday. I read Ephesians 6:12. It said, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities of darkness and evilness and wickedness in high places. It's the sum total of my existence and this case.
Well,
I wrestle not against flesh and blood. These principalities of darkness that's on that man, because you can't call it nothing else. That's a spirit of wickedness and evil. And I am the person charged with speaking truth to power and fighting back. I'm not going to cower in a corner like a coward and tuck my tail and be scared to speak. I've always been outspoken. God put this in me and I'm going to be that. And I don't care what anybody thinks. What anybody in that world thinks of me is not my business. That's your business. Take that to the altar. It's above me. Take it to the altar.
Yeah, I feel you. So I want to backtrack, right? Scar, he's the one that got into it with Diddy, right? Before the shooting. And you said that he ended up dead?
He ended up dead eventually, yeah, a few years ago. It's probably been, can't remember exactly, maybe 8 or 10 years now. Probably 8 years. He passed away. I actually flew home to his funeral because, like I said, he was a friend of mine. He lived across the street. His mom lived across the street from one of my beauty salons, and he and I were friends. And I wanted to pay my respects because we had all our lives intersected in this unique, weird circumstance and anomaly. And I felt like it was my duty to go pay my respects. And I'm not big on funerals, but for him, I wanted to go pay my respect. So Scar is the person that Puffy and them and Shyne got into the argument with that night in the club that created this whole powder keg.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. So she just connected the dots. So this is the individual, excuse me, that made the ripple effect happen to where she did get shot. Crazy. But for her to feel that way, man, nobody, like she said, wants to leave their business, and nobody wants to leave anywhere that they're comfortable being, that they're proud of being. And if the